Sometimes it works. Okay. And we're live. Shots and Chop Wrestling. Thanks, everybody, for joining in. This is our first ever live podcast. We'll be going over everything wrestling, all the big news of what's happened the last month or so.
Yeah.
Taylor.
All the month. I'm Taylor.
Corey.
And you already know Chad. I'm going to start off with stupid news. If you were too drunk or too lazy to turn the channel off of there after the Super Bowl, you got to watch CBS's World's Best. I watched a little bit of it. I don't get it. But one of their specialty judges was WWE Hall of Famer Rikishi. I don't know what there's no wrestling performers. I mean, we already know who the best in the world is. CM Punk. We don't need. So the show is confusing. I don't get it. I don't know what Rikishi brings to the table. From what I watched, he did not talk, but I did leave early.
Is it like people across the country, right?
Yep. It's a bunch of different countries are representative as special judges, and they get a.
But it's worldwide, though.
It's worldwide,
not just the country.
Right. Yeah.
Sorry.
So I don't know. You have people represented from Spain.
So is he representing the
Island of Samoa? I guess I don't know if that's
I watched it. I didn't see him on there. Not a very good show.
I don't know. I didn't watch it.
Other than that, I mean, there's nothing really to say about it.
But there's dancing on the show, right?
Dancing.
Rikishi's a pretty good dancer.
Yeah. So maybe he'll talk about that.
Yeah.
But while we're talking about the Super Bowl, why don't we dive into the halftime heat?
Halftime heat.
Yeah, how about it?
Was the most exciting part of the Super Bowl, in my opinion. And I watched it, and I have the live viewing numbers on it. I watched it on YouTube. There was over 71,000 people that watched it. Before it ended, I checked on Facebook, on the Facebook app, and had 11,000 people watched it on there. So that's 82,000, and I couldn't figure out how to find the network viewers. So it's got to be close to over 100,000 people that watch the network or watch the halftime heat.
Yeah, which was held at the Performance Center.
Yeah,
it's a small venue for an audience, but I was there.
Oh God, he has to brag about that every chance he gets.
No, I wasn't at the Performance Center. I was at Full Sail.
Oh well, that was at the Performance Center.
Yeah, it was at the Performance Center. Yeah, so it was a lot smaller.
That would have been cool to be like.
But I guess Triple H opened up the show. I missed it, but I read it, some things about it. He opened up with says, "If you are all in as a fan, then NXT is for you." Obviously, shots fired at the old AEW, but no, nothing to say about that.
Yeah, I mean, AEW is like the upstart right now. Not going to probably do many shows. They got 2 shows lined up this year. No TV deal in place. So look for room to be a semi-big player starting 2020.
2020, you think?
Yeah, I mean, they got 2 shows. They got the show in Vegas, May 25th, Double or Nothing. After that, they got an undisclosed date show in Jacksonville, which is the home of AEW.
And the guys that are sponsoring them, they have more money, I heard, than Vincent Kennedy and McMahon.
Oh yeah, they do. Yeah. $100 million invested in AEW. We'll see where it goes from there. Don't want to get too excited, but kind of really excited about it.
Yeah, it's probably the biggest story going on right now.
But if Triple H is making a shot or a jab just at the halftime heat show,
right?
I mean, those are going to be a lot of new viewers. That's what they're gearing towards. But they got to be a little scared if they're making a little jab already at their competition. But let's talk about the actual match.
Yeah, okay. The actual match, it was crazy. It was like, I don't know how long it was. It filled the whole halftime show. Did not watch any of Adam Levine or Avril Lavigne. I'm not sure who it was, but I watched the whole halftime heat. It was great. Everybody got their stuff in between reverse hurricanradas, Canadian destroyers, suplex. There's this one where Velveteen Dream, I believe, suplexed Tommaso Ciampa, and they both went over the top rope. That's a crazy spot. Yeah, it was just crazy.
Yeah, I don't care how many indie shows I go to or how many times I see it. The Canadian Destroyer is my favorite move of all time.
And they did like a jump to it.
Every time I see it, I'm like, oh man, that was crazy. Every time. And if you go to indie shows, you know it happens 3 times in a match.
And that move's banned in WWE. So
is it?
Yeah,
they did it there on NXT.
NXT, yeah, they got it. It was a good one.
And it took me like 5 minutes in the match, and then I noticed that it was the woman referee, Jessica Carr, that was refereeing the match. And she got her working. She was 1, 2, and at the end of the match, you could see she was sweating. Yeah,
I noticed she was wrecking
right away. I did. It took me like 5 minutes, and I tweeted her, and she hasn't tweeted me back yet.
No,
because this is one of my predictions, a bold prediction I'm making. I think it's going to be Becky and Ronda in the main event at WrestleMania, if that holds up. And I predict, or I think they should have her be the referee in the match. Jessica Carr, I think that's her name, in the main event of the all women's main event.
Well, the referees, they get paid by the spot of the card that they're at.
Oh, really?
So she came in and she refereed the main event spot. A lot of the other referees would probably be upset.
Yeah.
John Cone would not be happy.
Well, maybe she could just take a pay cut.
I doubt they give her the same money. They give her the exposure. Right.
Because they're all big ladies right now, and I mean, they're really pushing that right now. So that's why I would say that.
But I mean, isn't that just going to end up into like another triple threat? Like,
no. Oh, you think you're saying it was Charlotte or?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know.
Right now on Raw, we know this much. Stephanie McMahon has suspended Becky Lynch until she goes to look at a doctor. They're obviously protecting her, so she doesn't get hurt, or maybe she is working with an injury that they want her to heal up. Same with Seth Rollins. They're going to keep him off TV for a little bit as he works through his injury. But I see Becky is probably legitimately hurt, and they are just protecting her and doing it. I mean, unless it's part of the story.
She would beat. I mean, she's still in the ring. She still hit Stephanie, and she's still doing something in the ring. So hopefully, it can't be. Hopefully, not anything too bad.
That's not too bad, but I could see them not wanting to make it any worse, and just keep her off TV.
Yeah,
but we'll see. So where we want to go from there? We want to talk about the Royal Rumble.
Let's talk about the Royal Rumble. Corey, what do you think?
You were here at the party,
the live party stream.
I was here.
Start with the women's Royal Rumble. Sure. I wasn't disappointed. All around good Rumble match. Obviously, the winner of that was Becky Lynch. Not supposed to be in the Rumble.
Money.
Very good, surprise win, but really transparent.
Yeah.
You can see it happening.
Oh, yeah. When she won in there, she won. You know she was going to win the whole thing.
Overall, I think the women's Rumble was better than the men's.
I probably agree with that.
My main thing with the men's ones is I want to see more legend return surprise entrances instead of NXT placements.
And that's what I see. There wasn't like a lot of surprises as people, even in the women's, as people returning or anything like that. It was like either call-ups or it was swerves, like with Becky coming out for the injured Carmella. Was it
Carmella?
Yeah, and the injured Carmella. So it was more like swerves like that, and for the men, and then when Nia came out in that one too.
Yeah, Nia came out and attacked R-Truth, inserting herself into the men's Rumble. Where she wrestled unprotected pretty much. I mean, she took a 619 RKO.
Yeah.
Who ended up eliminating her? Was it?
I think it was. Was it
Super kick?
Sugar Super Kick?
I think Randy Orton, I think. I'm not 100% sure.
There's also speculations and stuff I read today about Nia Jax having a heat backstage for roughing up
Actually hurting R-Truth.
R-Truth a little bit too much. And then R-Truth had tweeted, he said something about Chase Field wants me to replace a light I broke, which if it's true, that's hilarious. But then what happens 2 days after the Rumble on SmackDown? First of all,
Shane Major says, "What up, fellas? I'm watching y'all."
Yeah, he's waiting on his hot dog. You waiting on one of those hot dogs, Shane? The Royal Rumble itself, though, we did see Rusev lose his United States title to Shinsuke, only to lose it to R-Truth 2 nights later on SmackDown.
Yeah.
And what people are thinking is a tie, like a gift.
Yeah.
Hey, here,
sorry you weren't in the Rumble.
You're being embarrassed by a woman.
Right.
I also heard it may be because he's retiring after WrestleMania.
My mom says good-looking guys.
Well, thank you. I haven't shaved in a while.
I haven't.
Thanks to you, all these shirts are clean.
Yeah.
So, I mean, R-Truth retires after WrestleMania. Anybody care?
Not really.
No, I don't.
One of Vince's buddies.
He had a good run. I get it.
Yeah.
He's an overachiever, I think.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, he's done a lot.
But can we talk about Nia Jax being in the Rumble and how does that open it up for men?
Being in the women's
Rumble? I mean, it wouldn't be like a top guy, but like a sneaky guy kind of jumping into being in the.
So you're looking for like a James Ellsworth,
or type guy that be
for that intergender style.
Yeah,
it won't be.
And I think,
but I mean, just that type of guy. Like that's what you want to jump in the Rumble. Is like a little feminine type guy.
And I think intergender matches they're coming. They're coming because Nia being in that, and then now Nia doing an angle with Dean Ambrose on Raw the next night. So I think they're coming.
That and Becky calling herself the man.
That's true, yeah. And then did you see the little back and forth between, was it Becky and The Rock?
Nope.
Kind of like
Didn't see it.
Just kind of teasing and joking around, saying that they would have a match together or whatever.
I know John Cena and her were.
Maybe that's who it was.
I think they were two. Those two were going.
Maybe that's who it was.
Let's creepy guys on the roster right now that could interject themselves in a match like that. I can't think of one right now. Maybe the Singh brothers.
Yeah, there you go.
They're like a women's Rumble?
Yeah.
Nia would kill them.
Right.
Yeah.
Double Samoa drop.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Both of them.
I mean, I could see like Kurt Hawkins going into that and getting like his first win.
Winning the whole Royal Rumble?
Yeah, just.
No.
Oh, come on, man.
That's setting women back. Bra and panties, man.
Yeah.
So we're not trying to set Kurt Hawkins forward. We're just...
Kurt Hawkins going forward with Zack Ryder in the tag team division on they still do main event or superstars?
Main event.
Do they do main
Yeah,
event?
they still do main event, don't they?
Yeah, we watch it all the time.
Yeah.
$9.99 on the network.
Anything else anybody want to talk about the Rumble?
Oh, let's talk about Jeff Jarrett being in it. That was kind of the only return. Wasn't it?
Yeah.
He was the only one that we could think of.
He was on our list.
Chad
called it. Well, I didn't want to bring that up.
He did the old school Jeff Jarrett.
He booked it to the attire, but I had to redo one of my lists.
Right, yeah. We both had it
on there.
Yeah.
And I had the King, which did commentary, so I mean,
yeah, that's pretty good.
I mean, he's back on WWE programming right now, so I mean that's kind of cool.
Yeah, he wrestled tonight against Elias. Him and Road Dogg teamed up.
So that will end in a guitar on a pole match.
Something. I hope it's not
pre-show.
I mean, I don't get the Road Dogg coming back, but I mean,
I even called that
the roadie.
Yeah, but
I swear they watched the show.
Yeah.
Yeah. They all follow Shots and Chops Wrestling.
Yeah. All right,
so anyways, but Jeff Jarrett wrestled tonight on Raw for the first time in 20 years, losing to Elias.
I thought he was double fired.
I know. He still made it. Vince is very forgiving.
You have a segment you want to do?
Yes. This is going to be a segment. Hang on, he says, "Let me get a dog." Shane Major says.
Oh, all right.
I wasn't saying let me go get a hot dog.
A dog, isn't there?
Yeah, this is a segment we're going to call my favorite commentator of all times, Booker T, is going to be called What the Hell?
That's good.
Yeah, that was
Shucky ducky.
That's good. So every time something that weird happens that wrestling does, it would make Booker T say that.
Chad say, because I won't say it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not saying that either.
You want to?
Yeah, so why
You
don't
wanna do this?
I say what I want to say and
We
then
kinda
you finish
talked
it
about
off
mine.
for me, all right?
Okay.
All right. Something that I absolutely hate that happened in the wrestling world some time ago was a Priscilla Kelly dug a tampon out of her vagina and shoved it in her opponent's mouth. I'm not a fan of Joey Ryan. I'm not a fan of any of that in the wrestling world. I hate it. I don't. If you're not familiar with Joey Ryan, he's the guy that you grab his cock and he hulks up and then he flips you without using his hands.
Or you just call him famous dick wrestler Joey Ryan. He's a national wrestling treasure.
Yeah, that's where we disagree.
He likes them.
We went to a wrestling revolver show and he stood in line to meet him, and I left the line because I didn't want to meet him.
He wouldn't let me grab his dick, but he signed my poster.
Yeah. So yeah, woman digs out a tampon out of her vagina and puts it.
And if you don't know this, Taylor's his dad's James E. Cornette.
Yeah, yeah. I agree with everything that James Cornette said after that. So no problem.
Yeah.
But that is something that might make Booker T go,
What the hell?
yeah. But
You got a what the hell moment?
Yeah, you do. Talk about visas.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah. I mean, amid this whole government shutdown, New Japan Pro Wrestling forgets to get traveling visas for most of their big name roster wrestlers
Out of New Japan.
out of New Japan, coming from Japan to the States for the road to New Beginning. So they have to fill the slots with their young lions that are in the LA dojo. Granted, it was a good show.
Was it still a good show? I was gonna ask.
Trent Beretta and I believe Juice Robinson tore the house down. But if you can't figure out your travel for your wrestlers to be here for a big show,
That would make Booker T
say,
What the hell? We kind of talked about mine already, so it's kind of ruined it.
What was that?
R-Truth winning the U.S. title. What the hell?
Well, R-Truth winning that U.S. title. Go ahead and hit me with that.
What the hell?
Yeah. I still don't get it. Who's he gonna drop it to? Back to Rusev or Shinsuke?
Yeah, I don't.
a big slap in the face to Shinsuke. Like, I don't know if he's on his way out or just they don't know what to do with him. If maybe he gets a title push against Captain America or Captain Planet. Like, whichever one you want to call him. Daniel Bryan. Like,
hey, that brings up. I didn't have this in my notes.
I mean,
but Daniel Bryan's new title.
Oh yeah,
yeah. Who knows what happens? Maybe RVD comes back, beats Daniel Bryan, smokes the belt. We don't know.
Matt Riddle. They just call him Matt Riddle.
Yeah,
he would
Matt Riddle. Yeah.
So is Daniel Bryan's belt a what the hell moment?
I like it.
You like it?
I like it.
It might be the first replica title I ever bought.
Really?
Yeah.
I like it. Like,
Now,
it looks fantastic.
It looks cool. I wouldn't buy it.
It fits the whole
Might be
character.
cheaper.
Like, but can he get a different shirt? Because he wore that same like lumberjack shirt that he wore from his retirement ceremony like 2 weeks ago on
I
SmackDown.
didn't know that.
Like, does he not have enough money to buy another polo shirt?
What about Eric Rowan?
We both say that we don't get it, but I think it's good for Eric Rowan, and I kind of like it.
I see it as just basically another straight edge society gimmick.
That's what Chad said. Yeah.
Yeah, CM Punk with Gallows and what was her name? Serenity.
Sherry Shepherd.
No, yes, Serenity.
I see it that same way is Dana Bryan leading these guys down a green path.
Joey Mercury.
And Joey Mercury. And then they had the girl.
Yeah.
So is Harper going to join them?
I heard Harper's on his way to AEW.
Oh, is he? You said that.
I did. I predicted that in our people who should go, but I read somewhere that he didn't know Eric Rowan's character was going to go do that. He was sitting at home, and he maybe sent out a tweet or something that might have seemed like he was on his way out the door. But
I mean, I just see it in that same it's like down the middle, the exact same thing.
Pretty much.
Like Brian's gonna he's gonna cut his little faction from the cloth, and we'll see how it goes. I mean, the title's awesome.
I kind of like
the way he's going is awesome, and I don't think Daniel Bryan's gonna be hotter than he is right now.
Yeah,
even with the whole yes movement, I think right now it's gonna be better than he's ever been.
The Me Too movement.
Me Too movement. Is that the next one?
That's a different thing.
You know what I like?
Yeah, we're going off topic.
You know what I like to do when somebody says something I agree with them? I go, hashtag me too. Has nothing to do with wrestling.
All
right, I don't think that's how that works, Chad.
While we're talking about potential people exiting, let's talk about AEW and potential new signees. The biggest one WWE wants you to believe is Dean Ambrose will not re-sign with the company, whether this is a work or not. What do you guys think?
I think it's a complete work.
Complete work?
Complete work. They're talking about it and mentioning it way more than they should and way more than they have to.
Yeah.
I mean, I understand the whole not wanting to wish somebody well in their future endeavor, but 4 months ahead of time, they're not going to announce it if it's not a word.
Yeah, I don't know. It is kind of weird. And I can see Dean Ambrose because he's pretty creative and he wants to just try to stay ahead of the game. So I could kind of see him doing that and trying to make it work. But at the same time, I kind of want to see what he can do if he goes to AEW. I mean, what do you see him? Do you see him going right to AEW, or does he go back to using a chainsaw on people and the backyard wrestling?
I don't see him going to AEW. Possibly ROH or New Japan. The only reason I don't think he would go to New Japan is it's too much time away from Renee that he'll be spending away already.
Right.
But I don't see him in AEW.
I'd personally love to see the return of Jon Moxley.
Right.
Because Jon Moxley didn't give a shit.
Agreed.
He took the saw to the face.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Tag matches. It didn't matter. And he did that. I
mean, he did what he was a champion in WWE. He's done about everything you can do in WWE. So if he's not happy with it, then why not go?
We shall see. And he's made enough money. He can pretty much do whatever he wants. He doesn't live an expensive lifestyle, like they've said.
Yeah.
It's not about money.
So what would the appeal be if it was a work? What's the payoff? What's the sword? Is he just gonna double arm DDT Seth Rollins and win the
just
title?
To try to carry that momentum, draw more momentum away from AEW as you can. Maybe he'll sign with them. Maybe
it's kind of like the CM Punk thing they did, where is he gonna sign or resign or whatever? Kind of blurred lines.
Could you have done this with a better wrestler?
Let's look at WWE.
Let's say
I like Dean Ambrose.
Let's say
I love Dean Ambrose.
I'm impartial. Let's say because WWE does not have AJ Styles' contract on lockdown, as we now know. AJ Styles came out and said, "News to me that I'm leaving," or "News to me." But if AJ Styles if they would have agreed on a contract and then played out this angle, I think it would be better.
Yeah, that's true.
So,
if it is a thing, if it is a word, that had to come straight from Dean Ambrose.
I'm a big
I would
AJ
bet-
Styles
I would bet
guy.
that.
Love AJ Styles. Bullet Club mark, AEW mark. Admittedly, I would love to see AJ Styles sign with AEW, but he has every bit of leverage to get everything he wants out of WWE. I don't see him signing with anybody else. I don't.
Fox money now, so
yeah. I mean, I don't see Styles going anywhere else besides WWE
And he's
the rest
been
of his
used
career.
pretty good.
Yeah, I mean,
really
2
good.
WWE title runs. Had the tag team with Jericho.
Yeah, I don't see him. I mean, I don't know how long he's got left because he's wrestled for a long time. Yeah, he's still not that old.
I mean, he can pull a Brock Lesnar, John Cena schedule next year. Like,
yeah. What do you guys think about John Cena's haircut?
I like it.
That's not in my notes. I just.
I mean, we got off topic. I mean, yeah.
So when you say that now, his haircut, there was a couple things that popped up when JBL was announcing. It said Hall of Famer JBL. Some are saying that he's going to get inducted this year. He's not a Hall of Famer.
John Cena's not a Hall of Famer?
No, JBL.
Oh.
During when they brought him up, his graphic, it said Hall of Famer JBL.
Oh, and he's not a Hall of Famer.
He's not a Hall of Famer.
Oh.
So they're thinking that the graphic team fucked up and that he is being inducted this year. And now
you heard it here first.
Speaking of, did Heart Foundation, original Heart Foundation is rumored to be announced.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, that'd be cool.
That would be cool.
Somebody posted might have been announced today. I don't know. I'm not watching Raw.
Well, Pillman's in already, right? Brett's in.
No, original Heart Foundation, just Bret Hart, Neidhart, Jimmy Hart.
Of course,
Yeah.
Yeah, of course, yeah. I see them doing that.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, they
sure.
obviously can't induct Owen. So,
but wasn't John Cena like bald? And then all of a sudden,
crew cut when he came in,
and
like
then all
the
of a
prototype.
sudden, he has hair. I don't know.
He's hanging out with Jackie Chan a lot. He like grew a lot of hair.
Yeah, but he
out.
like had the bald spot. Like,
So let's say John Cena hadn't seen Booker T for months, and Booker T first seen John Cena. What would he say?
I think he would look at him and go, "What the hell?" Especially after a match when it's all crazy.
Set him up, knock him down.
That's my what the hell moment.
That was actual. No, we wrote this out.
Yeah.
So let's stay on topic of people potentially leaving.
Ambrose 2020 says Shane Major.
Ambrose 2020 is
For president.
Oh.
I'm guessing.
Yeah, I see why Shane likes him. Shane's always been a crazier guy in the backyard wrestling days.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. He's a character. I like him. People who potentially leaving the company, though. The biggest loss that company's going to have is Hideo Itami or Kenta, who you had just said is already
Just right now.
3 days in his no.
At least 3 days into his no compete clause.
I did not know. You guys just told me this. I didn't know this.
Asked for and granted his release day after the Rumble, I believe.
Would have to be, yeah, because he wrestled in that Fatal 4-Way match.
So I guess he'd be like a week into it, but big loss.
Mark.
And the only thing that really set him back was all of the injuries. Like, if he didn't have all the injuries, that guy could have.
And I thought he was doing.
He could have grabbed the brass rings that everybody wants you to grab, and it's a legend in Japan. Maybe he signs with AEW. Maybe he goes back to Japan. Either way, Kenta will be back.
I forget who messaged him on his Instagram or something. It might have been one of the Good Brothers or someone, but the end thing is like, "We'll miss you. P.S. You work stiff." I was like,
One of the hard hitters, man.
That
That
makes
Japanese style you can't fake.
That's good.
but easily, if he goes to AEW, I mean, that's going to be one of their main guys. Didn't make main roster.
Never made it.
No.
I did.
I mean, he wrestled at the Royal Rumble.
205.
Made a pay-per-view, but yeah.
But,
Well,
Injuries really set him
that
back.
set him back. And also, the guy that does Botchamania, he did a funny video about and it was the episode of The Simpsons where this is going way off, but Burns goes and he wants to hire Frank Grimes.
Okay.
And then, but Frank Grimes is Hideo Itami's face.
Okay.
And then it goes on, and then he goes, "Yeah, that's the guy I want. A guy that just pulled himself from the bootstraps or whatever." And then there was like a national hero guy the next week, and Burns goes, "I want to hire him." And the face of that was Shinsuke Nakamura. So they're saying like that kind of hurt.
Yeah.
That kind of hurt Hideo Itami's run in NXT and WWE.
Shinsuke came in because that was a good 2-3 years before Shinsuke ever even came in.
Yeah.
I don't know how long it was.
I mean, he was out for at least 9 months with that shoulder injury, but he was down there. I know you guys hate hearing when I went to Florida.
Every
I'm so
time.
sick of hearing about Florida.
I go,
This guy seen Shinsuke Nakamura in Florida.
Shinsuke, I
No,
saw
he's
Hideo Itami.
Tommy, sorry.
And I was there
And
for
we've
Finn
just
Balor's
never not heard about it. And Finn Balor's debut.
debut. We'll get more into that.
I go, Taylor, good morning. I went to Florida.
Yeah, I went to NXT 4 hours. I seen Balor's
4
debut. I looked at Bailey's butt.
4 hours in a cab ride for $90.
Yeah,
I made it
30 pictures.
30 pictures of Charlotte's.
Just
somewhat
Charlotte's
Yeah.
butt.
Oh, yeah.
Bailey.
Like almost butt. It's like,
All right, whatever.
Let's talk about
I went to Florida.
AEW. Corey, this will be a question.
let's do that. Let's talk about AEW.
You can chew on for a bit. Or were we done? What were we?
I mean, other than the revival and other rumors.
Wait, let's get
Oh,
into,
yeah,
let's
definitely.
get
Yeah, let's talk
into
about
the
that.
indies for
No,
the
let's
indie
talk about
guy.
What about this kind of stuff?
Who are we
it
talking
all
about?
works together.
Do you think the revival, are they really leaving?
No.
You don't think so?
I mean, on paper, like, and with all the call outs, with the fucking fuck the revival
Yeah.
shit, and no, I don't.
I think it'd be.
I mean, maybe after their
Why
contracts
not?
expire, when they asked for their release and got denied, like they're gonna be like Lucha Underground held hostage. Like, no way. Lucha Underground is holding everybody hostage on all their contracts, even though they're not filming anything. Anybody under contract exclusively with Lucha can't do shit.
Well, that's part of their whole contract thing too.
Yeah.
Is, they can't appear anywhere until the finals, whatever season they're on, had aired. But they're in
Not
limbo.
airing
Yeah,
anything.
they're in limbo on where they're.
That's
airing
where
stuff.
That's where Joey Ryan is. Joey Ryan is basically like
That's good.
held hostage by like a forever contract. No, you shut up.
Don't even send him pizza. Just
That's fucked up. But yeah, no, I don't. Until the Revival's contract ends, I don't see them going anywhere. And I think they at least have a year and a half, maybe more on their contract before they are actually done.
the revival.
And what about
The Revival, yeah.
And then was it Sasha and Bailey that said like take us with you? And that's probably like a joke, but they said that too.
I think
Because if
No,
they
you
go, if Sasha or Bailey go, that's gonna be like that's a huge swing for a.
you go ahead and rebuttal on that one.
I don't think they go.
No, I don't think so either. But if they did, it'd be crazy.
I personally think it's just everybody like trying to play the leverage, like because now
Sure.
like
Yeah, why not?
you had
Why not?
WWE up here, and you have like New Japan, Ring of Honor, Impact, and now you have AEW that's got WWE money, and they're all fighting for it. And AEW is handing out huge contracts, which could really go the way of WCW and paying out too much money. But
Yeah, I thought about that.
they have confidence in their product, and they've not even
Right, they're not
ran
gonna
a
do
fucking show
They're
yet.
not gonna do
Pardon
it.
my language, but they've never even ran a show yet.
Get out of
Not getting paid for this one.
here. We get paid.
So I mean, and I'm a huge indie guy. You guys know that. I'm a huge indie mark.
Yeah.
Love the guys. Huge follower of Being the Elite.
He is. He comes over and makes us watch.
Have all the shirts. Love them. I'm not the big WWE guy. I love the indies, and I think AEW is finally going to fucking pick everything up, shake it,
Yeah.
and be like, we're finally on the same level when they get their TV deal next year.
So I heard, speaking of leverage, that Brock Lesnar is going to use that for leverage to get more money out of Vince and out of the UFC, and ultimately not going to go to AEW. I don't think he would, unless it was to have a match with Jericho and puts Jericho over. But Lesnar wants to stay in WWE.
Yeah, Jericho's campaigning for that.
He is. I imagine Lesnar would rather stay in WWE where he's over and he just kills everybody. Versus if he goes somewhere else, I think that he gets booked.
You know what's funny about Brock Lesnar? He's like the biggest, strongest guy, but he's also the most fucking busy, business savvy guy.
He is pretty savvy.
You know what's funny about that whole thing is it's all elite for one thing because they want the best of the indies. Like, that's what they want. They don't want, like, all the WWE style guys.
Right.
And I'll be an indie mark forever. Live with it. They don't want, like, the 36, 37-year-old guys. Like, yeah, they got Jericho. He's 48.
Yeah, he's 48, yeah.
But they want the guys that are up and coming.
Right. That makes sense.
Like, they just signed, it might be going off topic on this. I don't know. They just signed Jungle Boy.
Yeah. Which is Luke
Perry from 90210's kid.
Yeah.
21-year-old.
Scared me for a second. I think it's just Luke Perry. I was like,
Jungle Boy.
Jungle Boy, Matt Croy.
Why is he not the 90210 boy?
Jake Perry. Kayfabe name.
Is he good? Is he good? Boy good?
Yeah. Well, he's relatively unknown. Super young. He's only 21 years old. NXT was interested. Cody jumped on it.
Got it first. Nice.
Signed him first. Exclusive to AEW. So, I mean, they're trying to jump on everybody right now.
I've been meaning to ask you this, like, privately. What's the deal with Marty Scurll? Why isn't he assigned to AEW?
His contract, and that's why it's in my Facebook profile, the Lone Soldier, Marty Scurll. Right. His contract runs through the Ring of Honor New Japan show WrestleMania weekend. The Madison Square Garden show.
So he's getting signed.
So that's when his contract ends.
Okay.
And no, that's not a guarantee because his girlfriend wrestles in NXT. Deonna Purrazzo.
You think he might go to WWE?
He already lives in Orlando. AEW's based out of Jacksonville.
Turn his back on his buddies?
So I don't know.
I don't think he will either.
I don't think he will. I see him on AEW.
All right.
You got to keep the elite boys together.
You have a question.
Yeah, that's another question before you can.
Oh, sweet.
AEW Vegas main event that we like to pretend we're going to go to.
Hey, if you want to fly us out there and we'll blog and we'll share.
Yeah, we'll show you our experience.
AEW
now we're getting into my cup of tea, everybody.
Let us know.
Main event thoughts. That's what it says in my card.
Well, I mean,
I would have no idea.
It's hard to tell because like they don't have any titles.
Right.
It's the first show under the AEW banner. I could see maybe Young Bucks, Lucha Bros. They got the handshake deal with Lucha Bros with Pentagon and Phoenix. If you're really going to go for anything, like I would do Hangman Page and Pac.
Who?
Cody Rhodes?
Who are you marketing as the champion?
Cody's having knee surgery February 13th or 15th.
I don't know.
So
you hang your hat on Hangman and Pac then?
No, I'd probably go with the Bucks and Lucha Bros.
Because they kind of do that. Like a lot of the indies and a lot of New Japan, like they don't end on single match. Sometimes they'll do a tag match.
Oh, so you wouldn't like go singles match?
No. I just said main event. But I was just making the point that usually, like in WWE, it's.
Well, I mean, you could all like. It's still up in the air right now because his contract's only been over for 3 days. Like ended on February 1st. Kenny Omega.
Yeah,
no announcement yet. The AEW rally in Vegas on Thursday is advertising a special guest. That's when it's supposed to be expected that Kenny Omega signs with AEW. You can always do Omega Jericho 2 at Double or Nothing, and it'd be a huge main event.
I guess Jericho I didn't even think about Jericho either holding the title or being in the main event. Yeah.
Well, there's no title yet, though, so
you gotta have one there.
That's there. Yeah, no, it's still like there wasn't no title at All In. They still sold it out. There's no AEW belts announced yet. So
no, but they wrestled for the NWA title.
Yeah. NWA. But this is All Elite. This is its own thing. This was under just the banner of All In.
They'll have a title eventually, but
I assume when they start on TV, like SmackDown moves to Fridays again, clears out Tuesdays. All Elite drops Tuesday Night Dynamite, which they trademarked like 6 months ago.
What is it?
Tuesday Night Dynamite.
What's that?
It's an AEW trademark.
If they went with it,
if they go with it. But yeah, I could probably see Omega and Jericho.
Tuesday Night Dynamite. What the hell?
Right. That's what I'm saying. I'm not tuning into that.
It's kind of old.
Well, I mean,
Dynamite.
Yeah. Like JJ Walker.
All right. Is he a commentator? Is he still alive?
Yeah.
I don't think he is.
But everybody likes to say
isn't he?
They don't have much of a roster.
Still alive.
We got a
But
producer now.
I think AEW has a great roster going forward. Just from right now, leading into Double or Nothing to announcing more on Thursday, announcing more wrestlers signed to the roster. I think what they have right now is perfect for an upstart company.
So we had said Pac's name earlier. Did you see our friends at Wrestling Revolver got Pac signed for WrestleMania weekend? For pile drivers and pancakes.
Pancakes and pile drivers?
Yeah. Pac's going to be on the show.
Shout out to Sammy Callahan.
Yeah. Trent Palmer. Trey Palmer.
What?
Matt Palmer. Matthew Palmer.
He's a
Hashtag Mr.
I never
Moon.
met the guy.
Great guy, man.
It's okay. Yuri hates Iowa.
Yeah.
Iowa's most hated.
He is the Wrestling Revolver champion. I love him. I'm a Matthew Palmer guy. I will say that from the time I met him and actually got to talk with him and take a picture holding the belt.
Well, get him on the podcast.
He got his ass kicked by Jessica Havoc. That was hilarious.
Yeah, he did get his ass. You did get your ass kicked by Jessica Havoc, Matthew Palmer.
Is he alive? He is alive.
He is. JJ Walker is alive and well.
Woo!
Dynamite!
We all can sleep easy.
Oh, I'm dry.
So we guys
Aaron Alexander says, "Hey, broski,
what's up?" So do you guys want to talk about first ever UK takeover? I heard Vince.
Yeah.
I heard Vince watched it.
I heard Vince was really big on it.
Yeah.
What are we talking about?
He had to make a tweet saying that he watched it. I think a lot of people asked him, "Did you even watch the show, pal?"
So what do you want? Do you want to talk about Rhea Ripley? It's fantastic.
She lost.
Was great in the Rumble.
Yeah, she was.
That's that was a missed point on the women's Rumble. Rhea Ripley, fantastic. Super young. She's only 22.
I like her, and I think she's a pretty lady. But they say
I still think
they.
I still think Rhea Ripley is Pete Dunne, and Pete Dunne is Rhea Ripley.
It is kind of I said they took a picture and I go, she's stealing his gimmick infringement.
But she's fucking fantastic.
Yeah, she's good.
I'm gonna cuss. I don't care.
I think you can cuss.
So Tony Storm, that's her name. Yeah. She gets the title over Ripley even after having those pictures exposed.
Right.
The whole diddling video. And...
It's like WWE.
You can say F word.
hashtag
You can't say
made it.
diddling.
I can say fuck, but I can't say diddling.
You can say diddly diddly.
Diddling.
I'm going back.
Seems like WWE though. That's their message saying we stand behind you. I mean, in the past it seems to put a backspin on a person's career. Not really Seth Rollins. Seth Rollins actually went forward.
Yeah.
Paige stalled.
Impressive pal. Good picture.
It's probably Triple H.
Yeah.
The hanging and banging, bro.
I don't want because there's this thing because I was watching what was I watching WWE Superstars, and there's this new thing that I'm going to talk about it because I've never heard it talked about ever. There's like a magazine or it was a TV show that Vince did with the lady about working out and stuff like that, which I have to do more research because I can't even remember what it's called right now. But,
All right.
but he says that in the thing. Hanging. It's Vince.
Oh, Vince says that?
Yeah, hanging and banging.
Because Hogan says it. I guess that's a Hogan thing, hanging and banging.
Because I think it went along with his bodybuilding thing, but this is like another show that I've never even heard of before.
Also on that takeover, we've seen Pete Dunne successfully defend his title against Joe Coffey in what I thought was a match that took forever.
Right.
Doesn't take away how good the match was. It just didn't need to be.
What was the deal with the end? Like they botch it twice? Or was that
top. Yeah. It's definitely at least
twice.
Yeah. It was at least one botch, like maybe.
Yeah.
But yeah, that match went way
We
too
never got the payoff of that either.
Yeah.
They moved to a whole different spot regardless.
Finished it, yeah.
And then Walter debuted.
Walter, the hardest hitting man in wrestling. Did you see the guy's chest that?
Yeah, I did.
He gave the full chop to and the guy had like the Jack Swagger "We the People" mark across his whole chest, including forearm. It was so hard.
Yeah, his chops knock people down.
Yeah, it's lay you out type chops, and Walter is never welcome on Chops and Chops Wrestling.
No, God, no.
I'll take it, Walter.
Oh my God, he's at it.
Let's go and then let's report into our MMA guy, Jack Swagger.
Yeah,
there we go.
We didn't even talk about it. Jack Swagger won a Bellator debut. The guy he fought was a guy that's been around for a while, from what I read. They're just an old man, basically.
He trains at Batista's camp, though, doesn't he?
Who's that?
The older gentleman that lost.
I don't know that.
I think
Swagger trained with Batista.
Oh, is it Swagger?
Yeah.
Okay.
This guy has his own gym. He's been around forever. Jack Swagger took him down and did an arm triangle choke, which is if you're a wrestler like that fits perfect for you because it's basically a headlock. The guy's on his back.
Swagger was a wrestler.
Oh yeah.
NCAA.
Right. Yeah. He beat Cain Velasquez in wrestling, and Cain Velasquez is a former UFC champion. So
on the mat when he got the win. When the dude tapped, I was kind of confused. I was like, why'd he tap out? I didn't see any good locks or anything, but
yeah, it was
I don't know much about.
Because Brock Lesnar did that same move. It's just basically the guy's on his back and the arm's caught. It's like that, and you're choking.
Yeah, you're basically choking him out with their own arm. Yeah.
And Jack Swagger is squeezing your ass.
And Jack Swagger is in tip-top shape right now. And we've seen him Jake Hager.
Yeah. He wants to be called Jack Swagger.
He does want to be called Jack Swagger.
But he can't.
We've seen him wrestle a couple years ago, formerly known as Jack Swagger.
So he's called him?
Yeah.
To
Wrestling Revolver.
Halloween
Tales from the Ring.
I think he's on that poster.
It's Tara.
Oh.
Was in great shape.
Hi. Sorry.
But does he have any WWE ties right now? Still using the "We the People" thing?
He does.
R-Truth wrapped him down in the ring, which wasn't terrible.
I didn't see that. I didn't see that part. I just watched the fight.
But they're showing WWE graphics on his like entrance video, like him wrestling WWE matches, the We the People thing.
Yeah, he's embracing it. He said in an interview, like he's like, people try to get away from it when they make the jump. I'm not gonna get away from it. That's who I am.
But does he have to have their okay to do that?
Oh, I don't know.
Like,
I'm not a lawyer.
Because like you would say, like at the Wrestling Revolver show, he had to call himself formerly known as Jack Swagger. And I got his autograph. I met him. He was like a really good dude, like super down to earth. Talked to him for like 10 minutes.
Yeah. He walked around with the common people. He
was just hanging out in the crowd the entire time. His mask came up.
He's huge.
Yeah, a big guy, like a lot fitter than he was.
How tall are you?
I'm 6'4".
So was he like tall?
Yeah, he was taller than me.
I think WWE ever made a good point about how fucking big he was.
I think JR did.
You think JR did? I have to go back and watch.
But like, does he have to have like? Is he on a WWE cosign right now with Bellator because he used basically their gimmick, like not really. Yeah, I guess I'd say their gimmick. The We the People, even with R-Truth wrapping him down, like, does he have like some WWE tie right now?
I think he left on. I heard that he left on good terms.
Because I know, not really know, but just from the dirt sheets that he invited Cody and the Bucks. Personally to attend the to the Bellator show, because not only does he want to fight for Bellator, he wants to wrestle. And he's looking for a spot on All Elite Wrestling.
He could be AEW's Brock Lesnar.
But can you do that with Big God Vince's backing, like letting you use your old gimmick that he probably owned? I mean, I guess
he might not.
He did say that We the People is not trademarked and it's public domain.
Yeah, maybe it is. I don't know.
Because it's basically in the fucking Constitution. So
Vince can't own that.
Like, I want that. I'll own that shit one time, pal. I swear to God, before XFL starts next year, I'll own We the People. But
anyways, on that, the Bellator heavyweight division's doesn't have a ton of people, and Ryan Bader just won the title, so I don't think he's ready for that yet by any means. But I think he's got a good shot to make some moves in the division.
Okay, so like staying off point and like on that, do you like see maybe Swagger Lashley in Bellator?
No, they're friends. I don't think they
would. But do you see it from like a money point, like money perspective, like between WWE and Bellator? Do you see those two guys?
Oh, do you mean like him coming to WWE and doing that, or Lashley going into
Lashley going? Because Lashley was in Bellator. Yeah,
I don't think so.
You don't think so?
I don't think so. No.
Well, I'm just asking. You're the MMA guy.
I don't think so. I wouldn't see that happening.
I don't see it. I don't see Lashley going back to MMA.
He's been doing. He's full time.
But yeah, I mean, he got like gifted the IC title, but
and I heard when that happened, I was in my room and a window was open, and I heard from Texas.
Yeah.
What the hell?
all from
straight out of Houston.
Yeah.
I'm just glad you paid the heat bill here because you didn't have window open. No. So. We want to I want to talk about MLW.
Well, I only watch it as you, so yeah, good.
Well, that's all you, and I mean,
yeah,
Penta and Phoenix are the former MLW tag team champions, so you go ahead and spill right into that.
So they had
for the hardcores.
Their super fight. I enjoy watching MLW. It's accessible on YouTube. You can watch their weekly episodes. They pack a lot of good shit in for an hour. They have great talent, not exclusively signed, so you can see people like Sami Callihan. You can see the Lucha Brothers. You can see El Parca, Tommy Dreamer. I enjoy watching the Hart Foundation, which is Teddy Hart, Davey Boy Smith Jr., and Brian Pillman Jr., who are the new MLW Tag Team Champions, beating the Lucha Brothers. And an okay match. I find it weird. Like, I watched Teddy Hart wrestle. And it's just, I think he just does whatever he wants to do. If he doesn't want to sell something, he doesn't sell something. If he wants to grab the title from the referee and showboat it, he does. Everyone is just like, oh, it's Teddy Hart.
I mean,
let him do whatever.
Teddy Hart has always been like, I don't want to go into like the Brian Pillman style, but
a loose cannon.
A loose cannon, like 100%. Like Teddy Hart is completely unpredictable in anything that he does, dude.
Right. Match was good. I guess they do a finisher called the Doomsday Destroyer, which is like a LOD turned into a Canadian destroyer.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's pretty sick. I'm sure they've used it many times before. It was my first time seeing it though, at that super fight.
What was LOD's device?
Doomsday
device.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
So it's the Doomsday Destroyer.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah. Also on that card, we seen Filthy Tom Lawler defeat Low Key, who has been undefeated since 2004.
That's crazy.
In that MLW, the indie show, or whatever you want to call it, that production. That is crazy. I don't like Low Key.
Yeah, you said that.
Yeah, I don't like.
Yeah, he wasn't great in Impact.
Was he the first ever ROH champion?
Ooh, that I don't know.
Get that looked up. I think he was.
Jaime says, "Hey, Bobby."
Hey. Stay on the show.
Sorry, I got it for the viewers. I gotta see what they say.
What am I looking at? Will you see whoever the first ever ROH champion is? I think it might have been.
How did he beat? Did you watch the match?
Yeah.
How did he beat?
That was a quick match. It ended kind of not abruptly. Really, it was a
Ring of Honor
finish.
So yeah, Tommy Lawler. He's a UFC fighter,
right?
So
he won. The match, like I said, was pretty quick. The longest match on the card probably was that tag match. Low-key.
Low Key was right.
The first ever ROH, and then he was MLW's champion for the longest time and undefeated since 2004.
And he had the Bella twins.
It was pretty lackluster in to me in Impact's X Division, whose first champion was the phenomenal one, AJ Styles. It's Taylor's phenomenally wearing right now.
I didn't even know.
Yeah, he's the first X Division champion.
He's got the Hitman gimmick. Comes out like Agent 47.
Yeah, it's
just I don't get it. I don't see why a company would keep him undefeated for so long.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
When there's been so many great people that went through that promotion, but Super Fight happened, and they will be in Los Angeles, I think, next year for Super Fight 2.
So can we go off topic for a minute, and talk about older wrestlers taking position in other companies?
That's still
Billy Gunn signed as head trainer of AEW.
That's cool.
Was hilarious on this week's edition of Being the Elite.
He's on Being Elite. Does he have a big part? I might watch that.
It was good. It was good. Like they did a whole skit with Christopher Daniels, who is head of talent relations in AEW.
All right.
The Fallen Angel, legend. But Christopher Daniels got his tooth cracked a couple weeks ago. Don't know if anybody follows Being the Elite. Got his tooth cracked. So they blur his face out, and he wears masks and shit because he hasn't fixed his tooth yet.
He gets the Christian treatment.
But I mean, a lot of those old guys are getting, not old guys, but
Right.
Getting signed into backstage positions. What do you guys think about Abyss and Sanjay Dutt getting signed from Impact to WWE?
So Abyss did get signed.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I saw.
For what? Not the wrestle?
Producer?
Huh. Sunday Dutt, same thing?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's weird. I don't get it. Don't get that at all.
Producers on what show?
NXT, I think.
Is this where they're going to be Triple H guys? I don't see them being Triple H guys. I don't see them being Vince guys.
Yeah.
Jeff Jarrett's a producer, so Jeff Jarrett signed his 1-year deal.
Yeah, but he's main roster though. Like, he's a Raw producer,
right, for 1 year, and then he does.
But what do you think about like these guys from like, I would say like Billy Gunn, Attitude Era, like Attitude Era was my era.
Yeah.
From really getting back into pro wrestling, and then I got really back into it at Scott Hall showing up in WCW, and I became just a WCW guy.
Right.
But, yeah. But I mean,
no, it makes sense.
Just but Billy Gunn, like we seen Billy Gunn at the first Wrestling Revolver show.
Yeah. Sure.
Guy's in fucking phenomenal shape, dude.
He's
Like,
a bodybuilder.
and even on the BTE today that got released, like Billy Gunn is just jacked.
Yes.
But it's not just about that, but just that wrestling mind and that mindset from that time.
Oh, it's gonna help him out a lot.
And then they have BJ Whitmer. Used to be in Ring of Honor. BJ Whitmer is another producer. Like,
Oh, really?
it's Billy Gunn, BJ Whitmer, and I believe Christopher Daniels as talent promotions in AEW right now.
It's Christopher Daniels. He's
It's the Fallen Angel.
He's still gonna wrestle though. No, I know who that is.
SCU.
He's still gonna wrestle.
Yeah.
Okay. He's not.
SCU.
He's not locked up at the
This
ROH?
is the worst living room I've ever been in.
He's not locked up at
Like,
ROH?
No,
Oh,
he's
okay.
AEW,
Oh, I didn't know.
SCU. Him, Scorpio Sky, and Frankie Kazarian.
Did you see that PJ Black signed with ROH?
Yeah, the Darewolf.
Yeah, ROH. Yeah, that's good for him.
Yeah. I mean, that's big, but what do you think about, like...
Shane Major says, had me at Attitude Era, lost me at WCW. Ha ha.
well, not everybody gets it.
I like it, Shane.
But what do you think, like, Hurricane Helms just signed as an agent with WWE again.
They're making the right moves.
Of course, former older talent's going to be in those roles. It's just more interesting to me of who they are. Because you look at Vince's, he had Pat Patterson, Joe Briscoe, and then you get Triple H's guys.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and then you get people Triple H surrounds himself with, Road Dogg. I guess Billy Kidman, Fit Finley are more of Vince guys.
But Shawn Michaels
That's a Triple H guy,
right? Yeah.
And he's NXT. Matt Bloom must be a Triple H guy, but that's weird. But it's weird to think
He
about.
just got promoted again too, right?
I have no idea. I don't know. I thought he was already head trainer.
Yeah, but he got he got another title on top of that. I can't remember what it is,
Scout, a talent scout.
Probably.
But I always like to think of because you gotta be buddies with the people. Triple H has gotta be friends with you if he's putting you in those positions or speak highly of you. So it's AEW. Obviously, the guy who's backing them, what's his name?
Tony Khan.
Tony Robbins
doesn't know the first thing about a wrestling business or who to put in those positions, so he's leaning on Cody Rhodes, and Cody Rhodes is going out and going, all right, Billy Gunn, we're cool. We've worked shows together. We've talked. Yeah. You're this guy.
But he's not only leaning on Cody Rhodes. Like, you're leaning on the Young Bucks, who are probably, maybe in my opinion, and I might be biased, the greatest tag team in wrestling right now, not ever, right now.
Probably.
I'll put that out right now. Like right now, just based on travel schedule, matches wrestled. Yeah, probably the greatest tag team right now.
Sales.
Yeah, those guys.
And not even merch sales, because the Elite will kill anybody in merch sales. It doesn't matter how many WWE t-shirts you buy.
Being Becky Lynch
at a WWE show, the Elite are going to outsell you on ProWrestlingTees.com, because right now they haven't had one event, but the AEW is the greatest t-shirt company in the history of wrestling right now.
Is it?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
They're selling more shirts.
Fact or
okay. More shirts, more hoodies, more anything than everybody right now.
That's crazy.
I guarantee they're outselling everybody right now. And anybody who wants to prove me wrong, show me the numbers.
All right.
Because you can't.
You heard him, Jaime.
We don't typically like to challenge our viewers.
I'm challenging everybody. Prove me wrong.
Who's that guy that wears the scarf?
That's MJF.
MJF.
We seen him lose to Jessica Havoc at
the second Revolver show.
The second Revolver show we went to.
Yeah. He showed up in NLW Super Fight backroom segment with the Hart Foundation, and Teddy Hart's attempt of making a promo or interview was terrible. But Teddy Hart, at the end of it, he goes, "Oh, you were here once before. Why don't you go be with Elite?" So he's making jabs too at
AEW. He also said cats have 7 lives.
Yeah, he did say cats have.
Was that on your notes?
No. We see that today. For a guy who raises Persian cats, he said that cats have 7 lives, but cats have 9 lives.
Like everybody knows that.
Have you guys watched like any of the Being Elites since like the AEW thing? Like when they announced MJF?
Nope.
Like his shit has been perfect, dude. Like because he's like hand in hand with Cody right now.
Is he?
And Cody's like,
you don't like him?
He'll come out. You don't like MJF?
I don't. Not really.
Cody comes out and says, "Oh well, here's MJF. Like, she's the fucking greatest thing ever." And they'll like introduce themselves and blah blah blah, handshake. And Cody walks away, and MJF's like, "Well, fuck you," basically, and blah blah blah, and you're shit. And then Cody comes back and shakes your hand. Like it's the greatest fucking heel tactic ever, because they're trying to get him over like more than he already is, because MJF's is great.
You likes him?
I love him.
I have to see more of him.
You don't know him.
So we'll see. Like I said, it's early for AEW. Nothing's going to happen until next year. They have 2 shows this year. They're not like they're nowhere close to being like
they're building it right now.
They have 2 shows this year. They get a TV deal. Like they're not going to be traveling anytime soon. Like it's going to be NXT 4 weeks recorded ahead of time, and
it will be.
Yeah, like they're not ready to go live every week right now, but their fucking roster is ridiculous.
Yeah, there's no reason to get
like they have Joey Janela, MJF, Lucha Bros, the entire Elite. By this time in May, they have Marty Scurll back.
Did your buddy give him your number? It's past.
No, he didn't.
Just ended. Wanted a Raw recap, but
he
didn't do it though.
No. Cody Lee did not send his phone number for the call-in because he didn't say he was ready.
We're looking for a Raw recap here. We're gonna let you in.
Yeah. Watch it as far as we could.
Yeah.
So I mean, but yeah, like AEW's roster is everybody says it's shit, but like I mean, you got Jericho, Pac, the Bucks, Cody, Joey Janela.
I don't think they're gonna. I think they're gonna.
Hangman Page alone.
I would put
the guy's 25 years old. Like, give that guy the belt.
Right. That's why I say that. I would put the title on that guy.
The guy does a goddamn shooting fucking star press off the fucking apron.
Pretty good. All right, let's change topics.
Yeah,
let's go to back to the big where the big boys play.
We're going to
WWE.
Look at the attitude there. Big boys.
So we're gonna go to WWE. I don't know if this. There is talk about what's going to be what's going to be the main event at WrestleMania this year. If it's going to be Brock Lesnar versus Seth Rollins, or if it's going to be Becky and Ronda, or Charlotte, or Becky and Ronda. Is it going to be the ladies main eventing, or is it going to be the fellas?
I'll let you go. I gotta go pee. So.
Go pee.
Yeah. I think, in my God's honest opinion, from my wrestling soul,
Your soul,
it needs to be Ronda and Becky. Leave Charlotte out of it. I do too. Yeah, I don't want that. Sick of triple threat matches and fucking at WrestleMania. I'm so sick of it, man.
Yeah.
Why do it? It's pointless. Why interject Charlotte into that match when you have all that just organic build between Ronda and Becky right now? Why do it? There's no point.
I agree.
There's that whole dude, just not even on TV, but just the whole Twitter. And
Becky
just
is great on Twitter.
And this is where it would be perfect if Cody would have sent his phone number, because he thinks it should be a triple threat. And no fucking way, man. The
only thing is, what is Charlotte going to do? Is fucking find something for her to do. Have her go against Asuka again. Or do something, but yeah, I don't make it a triple threat match. I agree, because I don't know, because main events for me, I like it when it's one-on-one. I think that's the main event. One-on-one, that's the main event. Who's going to win? And I think it's going to be because they're building it. They're going to build this up good, because right now from what I've seen on Raw, Becky has a knee injury. I don't know if it's real or not, and she beat up Stephanie. She's suspended until further notice, until she goes to the doctor. So I agree 1,000%. Keep it a singles. You can find something for Charlotte to do. You can find something for her to do.
But I just don't I can see why they're trying to interject Charlotte into everything, because she's a flair.
She's good too.
So you guys are saying no, don't make it a triple threat.
No triple threat.
I want triple threat.
Oh,
no,
here we go.
Don't put your Charlotte Flair on. Don't put your Charlotte shirt on, because there's no reason for her to be in that match. You have all the build and everything just between Ronda and Becky.
Well, let's hear why he wants.
Yeah, why? Why?
He made her points.
Because
this is where Cody needs to send his phone number in, because he was the one that said this should be a three-way.
Well, come on, 3 ladies.
No.
That's what your friend said.
Who said that?
Shane said there's only one thing better than 2 half-naked chicks in the ring. 3 half-naked chicks in the ring.
I've known Shane for a while.
That's pretty good.
And that's true. It's a true statement.
It's not.
You don't like to objectify women.
There's no reason for her to be in it. Because you have the natural build between Ronda and Becky. Charlotte is just the person that just shows up mid-date and well, I kind of want to hang out with you too.
Your head's going, what are you doing?
That's what I do.
Taylor's
dates.
The fuck, man? There's
no
reason for her to be in it.
Why do you want to see it?
Here's what I want to see. Yeah. I want to see it to be a competitive triple threat match. Ronda's coming out on top regardless.
Maybe.
No, she is.
Well, we know his prediction for this.
And then I want to see. The other 2. No, all 3 of the 4 horsewomen, or what's her names?
No, we're not ready. We're not ready for that.
They're not. The 2
the NXT
not.
ones.
Yeah.
No, Marina Shafir and Justin. What's her name?
Yeah.
The tall
Yeah, they're not ready, but they have plenty of time until September.
No.
Plus, you get to see Becky and Charlotte work together at the end. You just set the angle at Mania, I think.
And then fill it up again until
until the next
Survivor Series.
Yeah.
I don't like it.
I agree. I just don't like triple threat main events.
The only
By the way, it's not the main event.
Oh, that was the question.
Right. The guys are going on last.
The guys are going on last. You know this?
No. Let's
Oh, okay.
No, I'm sick of co-main events.
I went to the bathroom and called up.
I'm sick of co-main events.
like, hey, pal,
there's a main event, and like the last match is the main event. I don't want any more co-main events. I understand.
Co-main events?
No, I understand like the Me Too thing where they can be like, "Oh, the girls are in the co-main event."
Well,
no,
he's
like
saying it's gonna
somebody made events and somebody
second
don't.
last. It's going on second.
Second to last. Co-main event.
No.
I think it's going to be the main event.
I don't want to see it.
The only person
I don't know if I agree with it, but I think it's going to be the main event.
The only person out of that entire match that's up and coming besides Rousey, like that would be in like the 4 horsewomen versus 4 horsewomen match is Marina Shafir. And that's only because she's married to Roger Strong.
And Gordy.
I'll call him Captain Vanilla.
What is the other lady's name? What the fuck?
Jessamine Duke.
Duke. That's a lot. It's easier name than the other one.
Yeah, I know. I can't remember that one.
She's got a nose dealie on right now. Is her face broken?
Yeah.
So what happened? Did she really break her face?
She got fucked up at an NXT show that we had, didn't she? Because her nose was like all fucked up.
I don't remember.
I remember it. Yeah.
I know she was there.
Because I had great conversation with
Remember
Roger
to chop the
Strong
notification bell, hit the like button. Any rumblings on the Undertaker? We're gonna wrap this up soon.
Finn Balor and Taker.
Don't get me started on
that's
Undertaker.
Okay.
Cody Lee.
Let's not get him started. But no rumblings though.
Yeah, no.
That's it.
Yeah.
Finn Balor and Undertaker.
It'll probably be the Demon versus the
Dead Man. Yeah.
I don't like the Undertaker. I'm not an Undertaker fan. Never have
Oh
been.
my gosh. Here goes the comment.
Shane, get him!
Super overrated.
That was the one about the naked chicks.
Yeah, Undertaker super overrated. I can understand like for like nostalgia purposes, but super overrated.
I mean, I was done with
Nothing special.
I was done with Taker at Mania.
I think
years ago.
he should be done. Yeah, but
nothing special.
I was just wondering. It just came into my head. I didn't heard anything.
I heard.
We got anything else?
You feel about anything about Shane McMahon, The Miz winning?
Oh, yeah. I don't care for it.
Yeah,
yeah,
it's bad.
Is that turning into Miz versus Shane at WrestleMania?
I think they're
Probably
going to do like a
probably in
long
a
feud.
Hell in a Cell match.
No.
See, I was thinking like there was going to be a whole thing where Miz was turning face, and then he was going to end up challenging.
Miz
Daniel
doesn't
Bryan.
have to turn face though, because Miz is the ultimate tweener. Like you never know,
Right, but
like,
I'm just saying like
where he is.
you can't have it heel versus heel or whatever. So I'm just saying like have them get the crowd behind him for him and Daniel Bryan, because I still don't think they've paid that off yet.
No, it wasn't. There was no payoff for that. So what's Daniel Bryan doing for Mania? AJ?
I don't know. Yeah, we don't know yet.
I don't want to see that again.
That's gonna be well. They're gonna.
I would have rather
Elimination Chamber. He might not even be the champion.
I would have rather seen
Oh yeah,
Rollins
he's gonna be-
crossover.
He might be the
That's
champion.
huge for him. He's gonna be in
Right.
Elimination Chamber.
How about that?
Main event.
So why
That's
doesn't
good
Rollins crossover challenge Bryan
He already said that.
and we get
Didn't he already
Braun.
challenge Brock? I think.
He's
Yeah.
champion.
why do we get Braun and Brock
Yeah.
like we should get?
Rollins versus Brock, because that's Rollins' title. He never lost. the
No,
title,
that's
right?
Balor's title.
Well, no, that's something I know Rollins had to
So
get.
let's get Balor in there in a triple threat. Like, why not make everything a triple threat?
Why not? I don't care. I love triple threat.
He likes
matches.
it. I like him, but I just think if main event, you start building it up, and you build this up all the way till WrestleMania.
This is a triple threat.
This is a triple threat.
Hey, Balor never lost that belt, man.
No.
Sorry, Corey.
That's his belt.
Give it back to him.
Are we wrapping up?
Yeah, I think we're good. You got anything else? Are we good? Nothing on your notes?
I know it's all my cards. Everything.
With his new hemp belt, says Jaime.
No, I got
Oh, RVD is gonna smoke that. Ooze.
Yeah, he is. We good?
Yeah, I'm
All
good. Like I have nothing else to say. Shout out to Fagel Club if Kenny watched tonight. Fuck Cody.
Oh my goodness.
Nick,
All right.
you're still cool.
Like and subscribe. Drop the notification button. Follow us on Facebook at Shots and Chops Wrestling.
Correct.
This has been fun.
Yeah, it was fun. This is the first one ever. We're gonna do more of these once a month. I think.
Yeah, I'll be here at least once a month.
Well,
I might not be in any top 10 videos, but I'll be
You're
here.
the pod guy. You're an indie guy, so we need you here.
All right.
Bye, everybody.
Later. Let's go get some pancakes.
Yeah, I'm